Hi, it's Juris and welcome to Tattoo Shop Talk. And I'm in the city of Horsens and I'm walking down the street and talking to a camera alone like a crazy person. I also can't see what's going on in the screen because it's bright, but I'm going to tattoo convention, Prisoning. It's around 20 minutes from train station. And usually I go to those conventions, I film a bunch of stuff and never do anything with it. But now I have a plan. I want to film kind of like setups or how people work, how they pack their machines and have their setup done. Because every time you make a review, there's somebody like, oh, this setup is bad, this machine is bad, you can't clean like inside of the left corner. Needles, again, like cartridges are bad for some, bar needles are bad for others. There's always somebody who's upset about something and everyone is acting like they doctors and stuff. So I want to film people's setups because it's a convention. There's established award-winning artists who have happy customers. They're coming back, everyone's alive, no one's dying, no one's infected. So let's do some close-ups and you can go crazy in comment section. Now, so there is a place that used to be a prison on the background, hence the name of tattoo convention, Prisoning. And since this is a random episode, we have a supporter of this episode. It's just a company that sent me cool stuff and I want to shine light on them and sort of, it's not really tattoo related, but can be. So check that out. Before we get into convention stuff and filming setups, I want to shout out one company. Long story short, they offered me to send some cool stuff if I give them a shout out on a channel and tell a bit more about company. First I was like, that's really not tattoo related. And then I looked at it, I was like, it kind of can be. And then I saw one thing where I was like, I'm interested. And that thing was from company Serpent Forge. Boom. That's the box where it comes in, pretty neat box. It's pretty nice unboxing experience, the box in a box, and there's this bag type of situation, and that's a company that makes rings and accessories. Which ring I fell to? It was this one. That's why I'm wearing thematic Studio Ghibli sweater. Link in the description where I got this one as well. The main star of the show is this thing. Boom, it's Princess Mononoke ring. Super heavy. I'm not an accessory person, so when I started to wear it, it's 22 mil diameter for my fat finger, and it felt like an exercise, like if I'm doing keyboard stuff or even when I walk, which was a nice surprise that there's all the hidden details inside there. But check that page out, there's a lot of cool stuff. Rings, cuffs, pendants, testimonials, accessories. Cuffs and bracelets. You can get 10% off on your first order, so that's also nice because the stuff is not cheap, but it's good and it feels solid. So it's like silver and it's pretty heavy. If it's not something for you, there's always some enthusiasts at your shop, so this could be like a nice present. There's always somebody who's obsessed with skulls, with all the South American cultures. There's a bunch of like oriental stuff, samurai helmets, skulls, owls. Somebody will be happy to receive this thing. Obviously it's a proper like a ring type of stuff, so you need to know sizes and all that. I measured mine by using piercing jewelry and it actually was exactly 22 millimeters, so I tried 22 millimeter ring. Fits perfect. Since there was no product sent for this episode like tattoo related stuff, this is a good opportunity to shout out these guys. And speaking of accessories, pay attention in the video, you'll see a bunch of exposed accessories. I'm fine with most of stuff, so look at it more like inspiration and see how other people pack their equipment or set up their stations. Keep in mind that it's a convention, so you can forget things can get stressful, so don't be too judgmental. And I'm not making this episode to throw shade on somebody and be like, oh look how they do things and this is right and this is wrong. That's where you make your decisions. And also give me a credit, I try to blur out everyone as much as possible just to focus on a setup. Obviously if you've been there, it's not a rocket science to figure out who's who. I don't want to put people's names and faces to the setups. Obviously there will be somebody who will be upset about something, both in the comment section and maybe somebody who was on the video. So I try to blur out as much as possible. Look at this episode positive and share your opinions in the comment section. And I'll chip in my little thoughts that I find a bit of at the end of this episode.
Double trouble.
Double trouble is coming.
How are you?
Good.
And now my 5 cents of what I didn't like that much. As I mentioned, speaking about accessories, then it was accessories themselves. A lot of watches, a lot of smart watches that looked very exposed. That's kind of for me, if you need to use it, why don't you figure out a way to wrap it? Maybe I'll have a smartwatch and I'll be the same person as we saw in video. A bunch of other accessories like what is called a neck chain type of things where people tattooing and they're hanging in its tattoos. So again, you have that old guy memes face when you see it. You're like, And also I saw a bunch of times where people didn't use clipcord sleeves on the clipcords on their machines. I am used to that traditional tattooists don't pack their machines. I pack mine and I don't judge people who don't pack them. You know where you put stuff and most likely it's fine, but the clipcord is like, why wouldn't you cover it? Again, I understand it can be cleaned afterwards and it will be cleaned anyway, but it's just you get that feeling like, in a hot summer day, in the shorts, you sit down on a bus and somebody else also with shorts sits next to you and your leg hair touches and you have that feeling that like it's most likely fine, but it's kind of like So yeah, I get that feeling when I see people don't cover their clipcords because they pack everything else and it doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't you? And I know some of those tattooists and they're good tattooists, and again, it's a convention. Things can get stressful. And thinking about what to say in this episode, I was working like this week, last week, and I had some situations where I had a little confusion with connection on clipboard. So you do a bit of this, you do a bit of that, and then you continue to work and you're happy that everything's finally fine. And after some time you notice that clipboard have broken and slid off the cable, and cable where you work is exposed. So accidents happen and sometimes something can slip through. And now you do the usual. Probably you already left your thoughts in the comment section, and what's left to do is to press like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!